Disclaimer: I do not own the clips or music shown. These are reviews for review and entertainment purposes. Thank you. Ah, hello, Joe. What are you here for today? X-Men again. So yes, we already made our first two X-Men movies, directed by Bryan Singer. Well, we don't have comic accurate costumes for some reason, because we want to be realistic. Though 2 years later, after our first film, we had a Spider-Man movie where he's in red and blue tights through the whole thing, and everyone was okay with it. Anyways, yes, we're making another X-Men movie. And this time, it's not directed by Bryan Singer. He is not problematic at all. Placing him with Brett Ratner, who is also not problematic at all. They definitely know how to respect other people's privacy. And Bryan Singer definitely knows what the age of consent is. Alright, so let's begin. So our film, you know how there's a flashback with Jean and Professor X and Magneto, where they have to see if they could take her to their school. And to see if she has powers, she lifts cars. That's a bit too much. Couldn't they just let her, move like a coffee mug on a table or something? I say don't worry about it. And also, she may or may not be on a, something called a Ben 10 movie a year later. Anyways, we don't cut to the present yet. We cut to another flashback with Max from Shark Boy and Lava Girl being in the bathroom, discovering he's a mutant by cutting off his wings. Surely he'll be one of the central plots and points of the movie, right? His dad creates a cure, which we'll get to it later on. Cut to the present, where the X-Men, they're in a battlefield, and they're fighting Sentinels, and there's Rogue in her costume now, and there's Iceman, and there's Kitty Pryde, and a few other X-Men. So Colossus helps Wolverine get on the Sentinels and cut his head off, and Colossus is not Russian for some reason. And it turns out to be a simulation. Okay, we can bait them in a trailer. We cut to this love triangle between Kitty, Iceman, and Rogue, which is totally important to this movie and not only spent to a few scenes. Totally. Crazy that two girls are over Iceman's affection. Iceman truly is a ladies' man. And then we see Cyclops still being depressed about Jean's death. And then he dies. In the first 14 minutes of the movie, he dies. And he goes to a lake. This is how he dies. He goes to a lake, and Jean kills him. And Jean is alive, by the way, because we hinted to Dark Phoenix in the last movie. Does Scott at least gets a funeral or something? There's no funeral for him whatsoever. Wolverine and Storm just find out about his death, and they go on about their day. No funeral for the X-Men's leader. No nothing. He's not important anyway. He might be in that Superman movie that Bryan Singer is directing. You might see him hang out with a blue hedgehog. So about this Phoenix Force, because the Dark Phoenix is one of the most iconic X-Men stories. Simply locks her powers. It unlocks that reaches her power level or something. But anyway, that's not important because we have the cure plot. Angel's dad has created a cure for all the mutants, where the mutants are no longer mutants anymore. They are humans. It can be normal. Oh, it's that simple to make a cure for something like that? Or there's a virus and many years later still around. Then the X-Men discuss the cure and see if they could take it or not. And then Rogue is like, oh, there's a cure? And right beside Rogue, Storm is right beside Rogue. Right beside her, the one that whenever she touches someone, they can go in a coma or even die. She's basically like a vampire. Storm goes No one in here needs a cure. You're perfect your own way. Anyways, Magneto and the bad guys, there's a lot of villains. And there's also Psylocke in the movie, which may be a popular X-Men character, but we will not devote any that much screen time whatsoever. And also there is Mystique, who is there, that gets taken out, and only in a few minutes. Yes, one of the most prominent X-Men villains. It's taken out with the cure. And she's only in one scene, by the way. Yes, that's how little we care about our characters. Also, the Juggernaut is here. And he still has that goofy helmet. Though we want to be realistic and don't really want to be like comic books. Because we have those X-Men and and those dark suits. But we cannot change Juggernaut's goofy looking helmet. It's not like our movies is about a man who has metal claws coming out of his hands. Or someone who can control the weather. Or a blue guy that can teleport. And a blue guys that can teleport. Where's Nightcrawler through all this? Let me see if I can catch him in the script. He's nowhere to be found in this movie. But we explain him in a tie-in game, though. The X-Men, they go to Jean's house since she's gone crazy. And the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants, they fight. And it's a pretty cool fight that can make any 6-year-old smile. And then Charles Xavier dies. Really, you won't have a funeral or anything for him since what you did for Cyclops. Oh no, we have a whole funeral scene where Storm has an entire speech and everything. And everyone's just grieving about it. Because, no one cares about Cyclops, but everyone cares about Charles Xavier. And then Magneto, he goes to the bridge, and he starts tearing it apart and starts connecting it to Alcatraz. I hope Spider-Man and some blonde lady isn't there. And the scene is really spectacular. It's really cool. There's like lots of things connecting and epic music playing. And yeah, there you go. Where's Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four? Sir, we don't own those characters. Well, we own the Fantastic Four, but we don't own Spider-Man. It's not like we can create a cinematic universe with multiple Marvel characters and then they come together. That'll never happen. What was that? Huh? Anyway, Magneto makes an entire speech naming everything will not be safe. And then we get our scene where the X-Men, they get ready to go. And they're gonna fight all the mutants. And also, some of them get dusted away. Some of the soldiers. It's not like there's going to be a superhero movie in the future where a lot of people get turned to the dust in the third act or anything. Oh, and also Magneto gets the cure. And then Jean goes full Phoenix Force. And then Wolverine just Jean. And she dies. She dies. She doesn't get a funeral neither. No one at the school don't care about anyone except for Charles Xavier or Wolverine. Stu and Magneto are the only characters we care about in this franchise. Anyway, Magneto moves a metal chess piece. Why, didn't he lose his powers? Don't worry about it. Why? 'Cause. So Charles Xavier lives. Is some of the stuff in this movie pointless? Oh, and also that Angel Kid exists. And also, Beast is in this movie, and he's played by Hank McCoy. Not Hank McCoy, I meant Leslie Grammer. It's because he's so good in a role that I forgot the actor's name, and I didn't see it as an actor. I saw it as actual Beast. Nice. So, is this the last X-Men movie, or... Oh no, we're having a Wolverine prequel movie. Hopefully that won't go wrong. Deadpool is in it, too. Everybody loves Deadpool. Surely it won't go wrong. 2019.
Every betrayal there is. This is Deadpool, everybody. Wonder how the pitch meetings went.